Hi guys, it's Ash aka Smash from Smash Knits, and I'm here to talk about the She's Crafty market. So the She's Crafty market was a market that was run like quite a few weeks ago now in Castlemaine. I think this is their second year doing it, and it's run by Mavis Castlemaine and Melbourne City Dye Works. It was my first time attending. I actually had never been really to Castlemaine that much, so it was quite a bit far away. It's kind of like in rural Victoria. If you've ever been to Bendigo, it's kind of near there. Yeah, and it was really exciting. Definitely something different. I was excited to go because I didn't get to go to the Bendigo Sheep Show this year, so this was kind of like my substitute Bendigo Sheep Show. There was quite a few dyes there that I wanted to meet and wanted to get some of their stuff, so I was very excited to go. So I've got quite a lot to show you. I actually tried to put it all in a basket to kind of show you everything. It's kind of insane. I had trouble fitting it all in here. I went a bit ham, but I kind of looked at it as if like, okay, I didn't get to go to the Bendigo Sheep Show, so this was like, the budget that I had allocated to that, I was going to allocate to this market. Now, it took me it's quite a trek to get there. For me, coming from like the Mornington Peninsula area, I had to take meant to take a train and then another train and straight to the Castlemaine station, but because there was like replacement buses on the Frankston line, I had to then take like a replacement bus, a train, then another train from Southern Cross Station, which is in the city, a V line straight to Castlemaine. So it took about approximately 3.5 hours to get there. It's about 3 hours drive, but I didn't really want to drive because petrol prices are like insane right now, but also I just wanted to knit. I wanted to knit on the train. I thought it would be fun, and you can't knit where you drive, right? Not unless someone else is driving, but I literally didn't have anyone really I could convince to go. So I just went by myself, which was kind of nice, you know, nice to spend some time by yourself. I feel like sometimes when you're with another person, like you feel, especially if it's your idea to do something, you like feel obligated to entertain and make sure they're having a good time, and I kind of just wanted to relax and I didn't want to have to worry about someone else. So anyway, not relevant. Let's get into what I got. So I went there mainly to see wool+works because she released, which is Chloe, because she just released her Barbie collection, which is like absolutely fantastic. She really, really nailed it. Like she did such a good job of getting like all the colors and all of the colorway names. Like she did a fantastic job. And you've probably seen, if you watched like my previous podcast, that I have made quite a few things. I made my Sophie shawl, I made my Friday slipover. That's all her yarn. So I was very excited when she came out with the Barbie collection to pick up a few things. Now, I don't know what really goes into making a market. I don't understand anything. I've never done it. I've never held like an event that big. But I kind of expected there to be a few more like vendors there, because I have been traveling quite a long way, and a lot of the like hashtags and stuff like that was like Aussie Rhinebeck, and for context, like Rhinebeck has over 200 vendors, so I kind of thought it was going to be about like, I don't know, 40-ish vendors. There was about 26, which is like not bad. Like in Castlemaine, like the hall isn't super big, so I kind of understand why they had a smaller amount of vendors, but I was kind of expecting to spend a little bit more like time there. But yeah, so I was like really hyped for it, and I was really hyped because it was like the Barbie collection. There was a lot of things, so I kind of didn't have the best luck there when it came to going there to get what I want. So I had this idea in my head that there were like two main things that I wanted to get. No, that's a lie. 3. The first thing I wanted to get a sweater quantities worth of a lace weight, particularly a mohair lace weight. I saw wool+works release this color Gloria, which is like this beautiful like pinky orangey colorway. It's beautiful, based off Gloria in the Barbie movie, and I wanted to get like the mohair silk to go with that, because I was going to pair it with this which is like TEC by Rosaris 4, which is just like a kind of like, I think it's a super wash. It doesn't say it's a super wash, but it says it's a 100% wool that you can wash, so I'm pretty sure it's a super wash. Because I kind of been uninspired by this color. I want to make a sweater out of it. I've got a sweater quantities worth, but I just like don't know what to do with it. I picked this up at on sale at Lumen Spindle, so it didn't cost me that much, but I just kind of was like, oh, I don't know, it's just like not inspiring me to make anything out of it. So I wanted to pair it with like a lace weight to make it a bit more interesting and kind of give it some variegation in color. So that was my plan with the mohair silk. And I wanted that one specifically because the colors were really saturated. And when I got there, I got there like at 11, and that's when the market was meant to start. I went straight to wool+works because I knew she was going to be busy. I knew everyone would want to go to her, and I was like looking, oh, okay, where's the mohair silk? And I think there was only like 1 or 2 skeins of the mohair silk in that colorway. So I was kind of like, oh, that was kind of like my first blow. I was like, oh no, like they don't have it. I asked her if she had any more, Chloe. And I understand, like, you know, she's releasing this massive collection. She's got like so many bases. Like I follow her Instagram like a crazy person. So I understand that she's like been literally losing sleep over this. So I cannot expect her to have everything, but I thought that maybe she would have like a sweater quantities worth in each color, in each base. So, but I understand, like, it's a lot to do, especially she's like a 1-person show. So I don't know how she does it and has a full-time job as an engineer. That's crazy. But that was kind of like my first, like, oh, like I wish she had it. So I had to pivot, which was okay. And I pivoted to, oh my God, I'm trying to like get one out. The lace Suri silk. So this is the lace Suri silk. Now this is beautiful. Oh, there's cat hair in it. Lol. This is gorgeous. This is still really lovely. It is a lot softer than the mohair, I have to give it that. It is 74% baby Suri alpaca, 26% silk. It's 50 grams and you get 300 meters. So it's very beautiful. It's very lovely and it's super soft. Now, like, again, this wasn't my first pick, but I am glad I got something, and I did manage to get like a sweater quantity's worth of it. It's really, really beautiful. It's super, super soft. But the only thing was that, like, I had like done a strict budget of what I was going to spend there, and the mohair was about 400 meters or 350 or something. It was more meterage than this. So I ended up, instead of having to buy only 4 skeins, having to buy 5, which is makes it a bit more expensive. So that was kind of like, you know, a little bit like, okay, things aren't going to plan already, but we pivot and we got something else. And this is like really gorgeous. I knit this up in a swatch actually. Let me grab this. Let me grab my little bag of swatches. And it is really beautiful. It's super, super soft. So that's it there. It's really gorgeous. Like, I really like it. This is blocked as well. So I kind of, in a way, I'm glad that they didn't have the mohair, because I think this is a lot softer and I feel like it's going to like irritate my skin less. So in a way, it was kind of like a blessing in disguise, because I think I do like the texture of this better, even though the colors are more muted. So not the end of the world. Very happy. I'm very excited to use this. They also had like a DK weight Suri that was also divine. I definitely want to, you know, if she has like a next collection, I'll probably pick it up in that sorry, in that particular base, because it was super soft. It was very, very soft. I was super impressed with that. Another thing I got from wool+works was this. So this is the fingering sock, which is 80% extra fine Australian superwash merino and 20% nylon in flat feet. So this is designed, the colorway is like based on that blue dress that Barbie wears at the start of the movie when she discovers that she has flat feet, hence the name Flat Feet. And I remember Chloe talking about it on her Instagram, where she was talking about how she had dyed this up so many times because she just wanted to get the right kind of royal blue. And I think she really nailed it. Like, this glows. Like, it glows. It's so beautiful. Mind all the cat hair, sorry. It's gorgeous. Like, it is just stunning. It's this beautiful, beautiful, like, bright royal blue. It's stunning. And I'm so glad I got in there early, because again, like, they only had 3 skeins of this. They had like a bin below. Like, I had to literally take 2 off the shelf, and then off the hook, sorry, and 1 out of the bin, and that was it. Like, that's all they had in the fingering sock of this color. So I'm so glad I got there on time, or I would not have got this. So my plan is to, with these, is to make a pair of socks. Yes. And to make the, oh, what's it called? Like a beanie, pretty much. Oh, I forgot what it's called. I'll put it over here, because over here? Over there. I'll put it over there because I forgot what it's called. It's a very popular PetiteKnit beanie pattern. I already have the pattern, so I just think it's gonna be absolutely fantastic. Like, oh, I just think this is lovely. I think it's so great. It's such a beautiful blue, and I've used the superwash merino before in their sock base, and it is really lovely and soft as well. Obviously not as soft as the alpaca, because nothing's gonna be as soft as that, but it's really squishy, really nice. You get 400 meters in this, so heaps, lots. I'll probably have some left over, which I'm very excited for, because I'm going to make that sweet shop blanket by Penrose knits, Laura Penrose. So that'll look divine in that as well. So I'm very excited for this. Alrighty, next. So right across from wool+works was Maximu Yarns, and Maximu Yarns is actually local to my area. He's at a lot of markets around where I live. He's at the Emu Plains Market, which is in Balnarring, and he's also usually has a store at the Little Beauty Market in Frankston. And I love Maximu yarns. They are actually one of the first kind of hand-dyed yarns I ever tried when I first got into knitting socks, and a lot of my socks are actually the luxury sock base that they have, and they are so soft. I love Max's ideas. I love his unique colorways, and when I saw he was there, even though I wasn't planning on getting any, I just had to because I've been kind of eyeing off this colorway for a while. So this is the colorway Blizzard. This is in his base called Double Knit, and it is 100% superwash merino. It's a DK weight, and it's, oh, look at that. It's got these beautiful blues, but also like some orangey, reddy little speckles throughout. And I don't know why, but it just reminds me of like sea creatures, like you know those like blue lobsters that like those rare blue lobsters that you see on those like fisherman videos. It just reminds me of that, especially because it's got like the little speckles of red. It just reminds me of like crustaceans, and it reminds me of the beach, and I just love it. So I have been kind of obsessed with DK socks at the moment, which you'll probably see in my next podcast. So I'm planning on making some DK socks out of this. I know this doesn't have nylon in it, but I'm going to be like wearing them as, sorry, it's fluff in the air, as house socks. So I'm going to be mostly sitting in my chair and knitting. They're probably not going to get a lot of friction, but oh, I just love it. And it's so soft, so squishy. Max's yarns are so fantastic. I like never see any colorways just like his. He's just really awesome. I'm very excited. Like I'm very excited to knit some DK socks in these. I love them. Okay, so the next one I got, so again, like the first thing was like the things that I was planning on getting was a sweater quantities of lace weight, and then I was also planning on getting a sweater quantities worth of DK weight in like a green color. My plan was to go to Fibersmith because I had found their website actually through the She's Crafty Instagram, because they posted like their vendors on there, and I clicked onto her website and had like a checked out all the colorways and everything, and she just had like these beautiful tonals, like just stunning tonals, which you probably would have seen in like the first portion of this video. And I saw this green color, which I think was called Wasabi, and it was so beautiful. I was like, yes, okay, I've wanted a green sweater for such a long time. I'm gonna go, like, she's gonna be taking like all of her stuff to the She's Crafty market, so I'll go get it there because I wanted it straight away. She does, like, you can order and she will like dye to order, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go anyway, I might as well just get it there. So I was really excited to get that as well. I got to her like her stand, and she had all the beautiful colorways there, and I was like, oh great, like, hi, can I please grab, like, do you have, and then I'm like looking and I'm like, oh, okay, I can only see fingering. I was like, let me have a look. I'm trying to find, I'm like, oh, I can't find any DK. So I asked her, I don't know her name, I'm so sorry. I was like, oh, like, hi, I was just wondering if you had like the DK base in the color Wasabi. She's like, oh, I didn't bring any DK, we didn't have time to. So I was like, oh no, like I couldn't get my mohair, and now I can't get my DK, and I was so devastated. I was like, she's like, oh, but you can order. I'm like, oh, thank you, but like, yeah, I just like, I was kind of like, oh no, like I really wanted it. So I felt really bad, but I felt kind of disappointed because I don't know why. I don't know why I expected all of the vendors to just like kind of have like a full range, especially just like something in DK, you know. So I was a little bit disappointed, but that's all right. So I was kind of like, I walked away from that. Like, she had really good minis. I was very tempted to get the minis, but I like, because of that sweet shop blanket, but I thought, you know, like, I'm just gonna hold off until I've kind of categorized and cataloged what I'm going to use for it. But she had really nice minis, so I probably will end up picking up some minis from her. But yeah, I was so disappointed because I was like, no, I really wanted this. I really wanted this. So I was not having luck that day when it came to like grabbing stuff that I wanted. But it's all right because I ended up going over to another vendor's stall called Owl of Athena. Now, I had briefly recognized the brand, but I had like never bought anything from Owl of Athena, but she had a really good setup. She had like lots of bases, lots of colors, and she did like mostly tonals as well. And that's when I saw this. Oh my god, this beautiful green. It just like glowed again, like just all these glowy, beautiful, lovely colors. And this green, it just like has like a slight undertone of yellow to it, and I think that's what it gives its like glow. And I was just, oh my god, I just obsessed. So I bought a whole sweater quantities worth of this too. Like I'm only holding up like half of it, but oh, it's so lovely. Now this is 100% superwash merino. It's DK weight. It's 115 grams actually. So it's about 230 meters. It's called Gentleman's Moss. That's the color, and that is like a great name. That's exactly what I would think it was. It's like, oh, it's just so gorgeous. So my plan with this is to make the stick season sweater by Crafty. And oh, I think it's going to be just absolutely fantastic. I'm so tempted to cast this on immediately, even though we're currently at the end of spring, like coming to the end of spring. So I don't really need a wool jumper, but I just am so obsessed with how pretty this looks that I'm so tempted to cast it on. Maybe I'll just make a swatch to kind of tie me over until autumn. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. And you know, I kind of goofed up as well because I went there with like a handbag, like a little bag, and then a tote bag. But it wasn't like a canvas tote bag. It was like my just kind of like a medium-sized tote bag that was already half filled with like filming stuff anyway. So I didn't really anticipate that no one at the craft market wouldn't have any bags. Like I thought that there would be at least like tote bags that I could buy, but like no one had bags. So for like the first half of the market, I was like carrying around all that wool+works yarn like I had a baby. And one of the like ladies there was just like, oh, looks like you have a baby. And I'm like, yeah, it needs birthing. I don't know. But yeah, I was just like carrying it around with me like as if I had a baby. And then when I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy a sweater quantities of this, like how am I gonna carry that around? So I had to like, thank God, I cannot remember who it, like I can't remember the names of the people who worked at the Isle of Athena stall. So sorry, so bad with names. But they were able to put this like behind their behind their stall for me while I like panic ran around to find a bag. I didn't end up finding a bag. I ended up having to like pull all of my stuff, like because I had like my raincoat and stuff in my tote bag and my jumper and things. I like ended up having to pull that around, like wrapping it around my waist. Like I looked ridiculous, and then having to like shove this in and like shove it in because it was not fitting. Like it was like literally overflowing out. I was having to like hold onto the handles really tight so nothing would like fall and slip, because if it slipped before I got home I would be literally devastated. So there was just so much. Luckily I had like already anticipated I was going to buy a project bag from Patilknits, yes, I think. They create these gorgeous fabric project bags, which I will show you in a second. I've left it over there, but I'll go grab it after I finish showing you the stuff from the Isle of Athena. Now, again, my plan was to go in to buy like 2 sweater quantities worth, and then the flat feet stuff for the beanie and the socks. But I ended up getting the maximum yarns, and I also ended up getting an extra skein from Isle of Athena because I just saw this and I couldn't leave it there. It was the last one. I couldn't leave it there. It's so beautiful. It's called, the base is the Romulus sock, which is 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon. You get 365 meters, it's 100 grams, and it's in the color Fairy Riot. And oh, I just couldn't leave it there. I couldn't leave it there. It was so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's so gorgeous. It's kind of like, it's similar. It's like the muted version of the Handmade kaleidoscope that you saw in my last podcast. It's kind of like, this is like the light version of this almost. This has a little bit more green in it, but yeah, you can kind of see I have, you know, I have a type. I have a type. So this is so beautiful. I couldn't leave this. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. Not a clue. But I just loved it so much. It's so pretty. I'm a sucker for a rainbow, and a muted rainbow just kills me. So this is soft, but I wouldn't say as soft as like Maximu yarns or like the wool+works. I would say wool+works is a bit softer. I think it's also like more tighter spun. Yeah. So I would say this is not as soft as this, but it's still soft. It's still really nice because it's super wash, so it's still quite nice. Alrighty. Okay, now we can get into the non-yarn portion of the acquisitions, I guess. So, like I said, I was carrying around the yarn like a baby, so I quickly had to problem solve, and I already knew that I was going to go there and get a project bag, because at this point I had like no project bags. I had been using, you know when you buy like a tablecloth or like a new set of linen and it comes with like that little like fabric bag that matches the linen, sometimes it has a drawstring. That's pretty much what I had been using, and just like some like drawstring canvas grocery bags, because I just like hadn't forked out the money to get like a nice project bag. And for a long time I had followed this one creator, like project bag maker called Patilknits, and her stuff is gorgeous, so I knew she was going to be there, so I had to get one, and this is the one I got. Eee! It is so cute. So this is just like a basic drawstring bag. It's got this like lovely, really cool pattern with these lovely naked ladies on them, and I saw like there's moons and stars, there's flowers, and there's like little ladies reading. And if you don't know me, if I haven't mentioned any of these videos, I have my own book club. So as soon as I saw that little naked lady reading, I was like, that's me. Like that's me and my friends. Like that's what we do in our book club. We read. So I just had to get it. And she was really nice, and she actually gave me a free like other drawstring bag, because I was like one of her first 5 customers for the day. And this is where I keep all of my swatches. All of my swatches in there, because I just have no home for them. So that was so nice of her to do. It's like padded, it's like quilted, and it's got this like handy dandy strap, so that if you're like wanting to knit like as you are standing, you've got that hooked in there. It's fully lined on the inside. I wonder if you can see that. And it has 2 internal pockets, so just like 2 little internal pockets in there. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, 2 little internal pockets, and then it also has a little keychain. I don't know what I would use this for. Like maybe you could put your keys on it, or hook like I've got like a little Kitchener stitch thing. You could hook. Can you see that? You can kind of hook whatever you want onto that. But I'm in love with it, and I fit like those 8 skeins from wool+work in here, so I shoved them in there. But that at least prevented me from carrying half of my stuff like a baby. The rest again had to be shoved in. Another thing I got, which I had been like eyeing off for like the longest time, but every time I see them at see Mavis Castlemaine at a market, she always like sold out of them. Like I understand why, because they're so cute. Are they stitch markers? They're little sheeps. I love sheepies. I love a little sheepies. They are so freaking cute. The skull ones that were in the earlier portion of this video were her skull ones. I have ones that are like little cats, but these little sheepy ones I have been eyeing off for the longest time. They are literally the cutest thing I've ever seen. I love sheeps. I love sheepies. Now these are like, half of these are kind of pearlescent with sparkles, and then half of them are like a kind of a purpley blue pearlescent. I don't know if the camera's like picking that up. I hope that's picking it up, but you can kind of see that they're a little bit different. I literally have been waiting to use these, like waiting to film this video before I use these, so I'm so glad that now I can finally use them, because they're just so freaking cute. I love all of her stitch markers. She does such a good job. I will always be buying more, and I'm just obsessed with little novelty sheep. I know that most, like, the needles that I use are the what are they called? Oh my god, what are they called? Oh, I've like, oh my god, is there any branding on here? Oh, Lantern Moon are the Lantern Moon ones. And they also sell like measuring tapes that are like little fluffy sheep. I haven't been able to find them in Australia, but I'm absolutely obsessed with them. I desperately want one. So as soon as I freaking see one, I'm going to get one. But they're so cute. So that's everything that I got from the She's Crafty market. I had such a good time. Like, it got really busy really fast, so I'm glad I got there earlier. But yeah, I'm happy with everything that I got, even though there were parts where I was a bit more unlucky, but so happy. I'm so excited. I'm like tempted to cast everything on, but I won't yet. Oh my god, I'm so tempted. But thank you so much for watching. I've enjoyed sharing this with you. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, also, if you want to, no pressure, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. It really helps me out. So thanks so much. Bye.